You're watching No More News.
If you had a boy, would you get him
No.
circumcised?
No.
See, I was glad I didn't have to make that decision. Yes.
Stick mutilation.
Like, I am.
Yeah,
I
I
grew
am
up
too.
Catholic. I am, but I was like, would I do that to my
No
own
way.
son? I don't know.
No way. It's a barbaric practice that people only do because it was done to them and because we feel like it's part of tradition now.
I agree.
By the time your tip got snipped, circumcision had been a tradition for generations.
Would you like to circumcise Brian?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, his should look like mine, right?
Okie doke.
No! But the source of that tradition is real weird.
His should look like mine, right? His should look like mine, right? Yep, better cut him.
You're torturing a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, how else could you describe
the
it?
idea
You're
up
not
until-
using Novocaine.
Right.
You're not like numbing
It's
this at
no,
all.
they do the local.
Yeah,
local
but I'm saying
anesthetic.
like you're not. But if you ever had a surgery like that, and they were like, "Oh, we're just going to put some local anesthetic," I mean, like no one does
It
that.
must
It's like
sting so bad.
Oh,
You're
dude.
so sensitive. You don't even know what pain is. You're a little tiny 1-day-old person. Someone's cutting your dick already. Like, what kind of a world have I been fucking
I mean, and then
And
you
what's
also
the
think
Jewish
about what it
preface?
does to you in that moment where you're like, we don't know the type of psychological damage that causes in that moment. This
Yeah.
real intense pain. They're in the world. They want their mom. They want to be held against their mom's breast. They want to be feeding with their mom. They want the love right now. That's what they're supposed to get. And you take them and you fucking mutilate them. Who knows what type of switch you turn on in that fucking baby's head in that moment?
Yeah, you make Jewish people.
yeah, and we start all the wars.
They decide.
So there you go.
They decide to fucking really get good at finance and the diamond business. And
goes,
God, oh God, it's all good.
well, they were like one of the first people to be circumcised. Like it's like if Jewish people, you always assume were circumcised, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why is that?
In my practice, I like to sort of define it as a tribal custom. And if you belong to a tribe that does it, then you really want it. And you can define tribe however you want. In my practice, I like to sort of define it as a tribal custom. And if you belong to a tribe that does it, then you really want it. And you can define tribe however you want. I did it myself as a religious ceremony. I did it because of my faith, and that's why I did it. And I didn't do it because I think everybody should do it. I did it because, for me, that's my tribe.
You've mutilated your child.
Well, I know the argument. I think it's probably you're probably right.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've
no
had an
wrong
okay
answer.
time with my cut one. It's been fine. You know, I mean.
They call circumcision male genital mutilation. I'm like, go for it.
But wait a minute, isn't it? You're cutting a baby's dick.
You're one of those, are you?
But no, I'm just saying. I mean, it is.
Look, I'm going to.
Right? It's cutting skin.
Well,
on
I'm
a
in favor of
baby.
it.
Cutting babies' dicks is stupid.
Oh, for God's sake!
It's a baby's dick. You don't have to cut his dick. I mean, you know how many kids lose their dicks every year because of infections and because of the surgery goes wrong? A lot.
I can't win if you're going to take this view. If you're going to take this line, like cutting babies' dicks, I can't win it. I can't win against that one.
It's what it is, though.
All right, you know what?
You can call it a surgical procedure.
I'm happy to be in the minority
An
on this one.
aesthetically pleasing surgical procedure.
You know what? All you
baby cutting.
All you motherfuckers out there who
Cutting
want to
baby
keep your
dick.
foreskin, right? I'm gonna give these world-class blowjobs to the Jews instead.
Congratulations on your world-class blowjobs. Dude, sometimes they lose their dick. Sometimes it gets infected. It happens every year.
Really?
Yes, every year.
Just a shoddy little circumcision job.
Every year, kids get infections from circumcisions and they lose their dick. There's a famous case about that where they did a botched circumcision. The kid's penis was removed, and then they decided to give him a sexual reassignment, and everyone was fucking terrified of it. It didn't work. The kid became massively depressed, and then wound up committing suicide as an adult, and just felt robbed of reality, you know? By what? By some crazy, stupid, avoidable ritual where you're gonna cut baby dicks because you think it looks better? People die all the time from circumcision. Kids, this has happened multiple times. Kids have been circumcised by a traditional, a mohel with a rabbi, and the rabbi's had herpes, and they've transferred it because the rabbi has to suck the kid's dick to stop the bleeding. Yes.
They still do that?
Yes. They still do that, and they still defend it. It's a traditional way of doing it.
And you're giving it herpes?
People have given the babies herpes, and the kids have died from it.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've died from it. It's a weird practice, man, and it doesn't make any sense. The fact that it's still around in this day and age with all that we know and all the risks that we know about where kids actually do get sick and die from it. That's a real thing. It happens every year. Who knows how many people are out there that have fucked up dicks that are just because some asshole ancient tradition that we passed on.
Oh, you're just supposed to do it.
Yeah. We're just understand that, folks. This is an elected, unnecessary surgery that you're doing to a fucking baby, and there's no medical reason to do it. AIDS prevents AIDS. People say stupid shit like that. The fuck it does.
No,
the fuck it does.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of people that are doing it to justify the fact they've done it forever and try to come up with, well, hygiene. Wash your dick, you dirty bitch. Soap and water. Wash your dick. They suck the baby penis, and there's a fucking video of this one rabbi explaining the necessity of doing this because it's the part of the ancient book. It's in the Torah, wherever it is. Dude, they defend it. It's an Orthodox Jew tradition. I wonder if Ari got his dick sucked when he was a baby. Because Ari was hardcore.
We still keep on doing it, and we will keep on doing it. Because that's what it says in our religion, that's what we should do.
Only in religion.
Do you think it's as sinister?
Be able to have a YouTube video where you're dressed like a wizard talking about sucking baby dicks that you just cut, and well, this is a part of our tradition.
But do you think it's
they're
sinister?
making an argument? Like you're not just in some fucking like dress and like making like singing some song. You're actually going like, well, this is why we have to do this.
Have you seen it?
I've never seen it. Do you think it's definitely sinister?
No, it's retarded.
Always, or is it just like
it's fucking stupid?
I don't
and they're
think that-
stuck in it, and someone did it to him, and someone did it to his dad, and they feel like they're a part of this clan. It's fucking.
And you feel
stupid.
like if you were to give up on that, you're giving up on your dad, your family, everything's a lie. So you got to just blindly believe that this is what you did.
It retards progress. It retards progress. It literally is retarded, like in that sense. Like forget about the derogatory term you use for people. It's a retarded idea. It retards logic. You're cutting a baby dick and sucking on it. Then you're making a YouTube video saying, well, but when we thought the world was flat, this is how we did it. We still do it this way. And we like to cut it. And we like to suck it. And we have a name for it. It's a noise that I make with my mouth that's different than sucking cut baby dicks. It's avajitski. And when I do the avajitski, it's very important.
A rose by any other name, I say.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy that someone could sit around and justify doing some shit to a baby's dick just because they've always done it.
But I think all the...
I mean, as if it's any better to cut it and not suck it. Like, at least maybe it feels better for the kid.
Yeah, dude, honestly, if you're really
just cut his dick, give the kid blowjob.
From a physical standpoint, you would definitely want somebody to suck your dick after you got a cut.
But what kind of a person just sucks baby dicks all the time? Like, how many baby dicks? You took an average rabbi that's done this, or moel. What was it, a moel? Moel. There's hundreds of them. Yeah, they're just all over. Hundreds of guys sucking baby dicks.
Wow.
And it's 2018. This is not
according to Jewish religion.
We're not living in the barbarian times. But today, people are cutting and sucking baby dicks. How about genital mutilation?
I have the same approach that I do to vaginas. Like if a girl had a big vagina lips, I wouldn't say, you shouldn't get that shit cut off. I think the way it looks now is horrifying. No, leave it there. That's what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
It's like big nipples. Like, you're gonna get them shrunk down? That's fucking barbaric.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's all in the mind, you know?
Well, no.
How many baby dicks in a lifetime, in a strong career, a 35-year career, working for the synagogue? How many baby dicks have you sucked?
Did he go to college?
Putting up numbers.
Can you imagine?
Did he go to college in Arizona or anything? Does that matter?
He's got like
Is it a particularly slutty rabbi?
Could you imagine?
He's got
if
to
you
testify
looked?
like a Nazi in Nuremberg. He goes, I was following orders.
Imagine if there was a website and like you just see, like it just scrolled. You know that bar on the right side, the dot was really tiny, so you knew there's a lot of scrolling to do. It's all the baby dicks he sucked over the years.
I kept an album.
Well, there was a guy. He told me it was the best.
Check out my Instagram page.
There's blood everywhere. They cut it. There's blood everywhere, and the baby's screaming, and the guy sucks the baby's dick. Congratulations, you're an idiot. And apparently, it makes your dick less sensitive when you do that, and your dick is naturally self-lubricating. The head of your dick is, and as soon as they cut the foreskin off, then it dries out. And we're used to dry dick. I was
Get that dry dick. I got plenty of that for you.
But apparently, regular dicks, if you don't cut them, they're moist. The tip, like you pull that foreskin back, and that tip has got like a layer of mucus on it.
When a penis has been circumcised, that is, it lacks the normal foreskin, then the surface of the glands is exposed. It's open to the air, which has a drying effect, and it's open to being subject to friction from clothing, from bedding, and the surface is constantly rubbed and abraded. As a result, the body has a natural response of accumulating a thick, tough layer so that the nerve endings aren't constantly bombarded with sensations. That sometimes has been called keratinization, because if you analyze that tissue under a microscope, you might find keratin. When a guy starts restoring, one of the milestones he's often looking for is dekeratinization.
Within the first few weeks of restoration, men notice their gland is once again glossy and mucosal.
That changes sex dramatically.
It changes the sensitivity of your dick. Your dick's supposed to be slippery at the top. Meanwhile, you pull that foreskin away, it just dries up like an old piece of gum. It's not supposed to be like that. We literally changed what dicks feel like when they go into people's bodies.
Well, apparently it feels better when the skin is on.
No. It's so much.
How do you know unless you've done both?
Well, because I've got feedback from. I've a
But
large.
it's all anecdotal evidence.
Put it this
sir.
way: I've got a large sample size.
You just like the way they look better when it's all trimmed up nice.
Yeah, well, so does every other woman, which is
That's
That's
fine. and
what I'm
good.
telling you. So
But
women like it better too.
It's a choice based a lot on what
But
we're
it's
used
horrible
to.
having it done later in life. It's
Good.
not nice.
Good. They
It's
should
not
suffer.
nice.
If you're fucking dumb enough to get your dick skin cut off when you're 30, I hope it hurts
We
for a
can't
month.
agree on this. You don't have to suck one of these things, okay? That's
Well,
all I'm going to
even
say.
if
We
I
should leave
did,
it there.
I
You don't
would-
have to
I
suck
would-
it purely on aesthetic grounds. You know,
I can understand
I have to have
that.
these things in my mouth, okay?
I can understand
You know,
that. From your point of view, I can understand that.
Your poor
But
producer.
from the
I'm just
baby, I think
saying.
the baby should be able to
It's
make
much
the
more
decision.
painful if you have it done later in life. No, I have a.
But if you're
I have a view I know lots of men don't like on this issue, and it's simply that it's just good grooming, frankly. We expect women go under. I'm serious. Women go under the knife and have boob jobs and all the rest of it. Why
stop right there,
can't
because
men
there
make their
isn't a
penises
single
attractive?
sexual procedure that comes close to the numbers of babies that get circumcised. That's done to female
I didn't realize you were one
girls.
of these people. I mean, I just
But
think
no,
I
but
think
there
these
isn't. How many
circumciser haters are like
girls-
birthers. They're just weird. But I think I'm in the minority here. I'm sorry to offend you, but I think I'm in the minority here. But I just can't imagine why any man wouldn't want lots and lots of really good blowjobs. Because
my friend did it to his kid. He goes, I don't want my kid to have a weird looking dick. I go, what are you talking about?
You're right. How often are you gonna be looking?
How are you gonna train that kid? Do you really think that that's gonna fuck with him that much? Yeah, when he goes to the locker room, another kid's gonna stare at his dick. I go, what? I've been in locker rooms, you piece of shit. Nobody cares.
Nobody. I
know
don't
a
give
bunch
a
of
shit.
Joey Diaz, he calls his dick the Cuban egg roll. He wasn't circumcised. I've seen Diaz's dick at least 100 times. At least 100 times. And he would pull out his dick for punchlines and jokes. And when we're hanging around the parking lot or something like that, I've got pictures of him with his pants down, like carrying somebody on his shoulders, and his pants are down. He doesn't have any underwear on. And you see his dick. He's so crazy. But nobody was like, I'm not hanging out with you. I can see your foreskin. How come you didn't get cut?
Right, yeah.
Like, what kind of kids? What kind of kids you're bringing your kids around? Well, they're gonna tease them. Your kid can't take a little teasing. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry, my dick didn't get mutilated by that witch doctor.
That's the fucking exactly. Your butchered dick over there.
Yeah.
This shit's fucking intact right here.
What did it feel like when that moil was sucking on your dick?
Yeah, that's
when
the
you were
thing
2
that-
days old. Did you know that they some guys are trying to grow their foreskin back? Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're taking the skin that they have, the regular skin around their dick, and they're stretching it out. And there's all these devices.
What, like the lip pull and the ear pull shit? And they're trying to get it to go back?
So they're taking like the base of their dick where it was cut, and they're pulling that skin up a little bit every day. I'm not kidding, man. There's like devices that they have.
Do it again. You pulled your pants up? No, I'm pulling my foreskin up.
Trying to stretch my foreskin out. Yeah.
So they believe by continually pull it'll what, reattach and grow?
Well, it looks weird. It looks like a turtleneck. It never really looks like it's not a single layer of skin at the top. You got a double layer now.
Right.
You got a rolled layer. You do have skin at the top, but it's like, it's like a blanket. It's not like a sheet.
Right. Right. I can't get over people doing. I guess people do everything. Why am I shocked?
Well, there's a whole community of people that are trying to grow their foreskin back that are really angry, and they feel all this pain and like emotional pain from the fact they got their dick cut when they were a little baby and they had no say in it.
That's a decision a person should be able to make, because I feel like every guy at the age where they were old enough to make that would be like, fuck, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I don't know if I can go back now and just say, all right, would I just take if a genie came out, the gayest genie on earth came out and said, you have one wish and it's just about your foreskin.
But they're pretty specific wishes,
put
bitch.
it back. Put it back. Let's see what's up. You can always get cut again if you're a crazy asshole.
Well, they also
really want
have
to do it, and at least then it would be your decision.
We live in a country that mutilates its children's genitals for no reason whatsoever. That is so outrageously fucking stupid, it's almost inconceivable. But stupidity is not the root of the problem. It is not. True fucking evil is. And I have seen it. And I have seen it. We cannot and we will not tolerate Judaism in its current form. We are done tolerating cults that ritually mutilate their children's genitals. We must ban all acts of genital mutilation without equivocation. I fear that Judaism has too strong a grip on this country to do that. Now, despite my ostensible First Amendment rights, I fear I might be made a political prisoner, or worse, for pointing out their demonstrably evil influence on this country. An ideology that compels its followers to mutilate its own children's genitals. Now that is evil. But an ideology? An ideology that not only compels its followers to mutilate its own children's genitals, but is hideous and duplicitous enough to fool an entire nation? To mutilate all its children's genitals? Now that is an unspeakable evil. If you are an American man, if you take your penis in your hand, you will see a scar where you've been raped of essential elements of your humanity because of the demonstrably evil influence Judaism has on this country. Yes, the Puritans are responsible too, but they're not a very relevant group anymore. They're not lobbying at AIPAC. Well, our tolerance for these ancient and evil ideologies is through. I will expend every breath in my body tearing this covenant to pieces.
The Icelandic Parliament's considering legislation that would make male circumcision illegal, the first country in Europe to do so. It would jail any practitioner of the surgical operation for up to 6 years. Muslims and Jews both practice male circumcision on newborn babies. Leaders of both faiths have condemned the plans as an attack on religious freedom. So is it a violation of the rights of boys too young to choose, or an unnecessary and alienating cultural ban?
Well, I've got a message for the more enlightened countries who are trying to ban this obvious act of evil. Denmark, Sweden, Iceland, Finland, Greenland, Germany. Fucking do it! Fucking do it, and you will earn your place in history for doing so, and others will follow. Do not be intimidated by these extremist groups. You have kids in your country who are depending on your strength of character to protect them from their own fucking parents. Because no one protected me from mine. Let us welcome all of our children into this world with the love, the respect, and the acceptance that they deserve.
People have tried to prevent Jews from practicing our religion. And circumcision is a fundamental, integral piece of our practice.
This is one of those things that because it's a part of a religion, people get mad if you take it down. People get mad if you shit on it. But this is one of there's no clear indication that your religion has gone completely off the track, that if you're cutting baby dicks and then sucking them, anybody in their right mind outside of that religion saying, what are you gonna do today, Charlie? Thinking about cutting baby dicks and sucking them. What? You call the FBI and the CIA. It's barbaric. They're going to look back on this 100 years, 500 years from now, and they're going to make fun of it the same way we make fun of powder wigs. But it's even worse because you're doing it to babies.
Yeah.
The babies can't eat. They don't even have anything to say. By the time they're adult, they're like, what happened to my dick exactly? Like, oh, we just thought it was ugly. We had you cut.